Salutations, everybody. It is it is Matty here today with my honest impressions on the Fallout 76 Survival Mode Beta. As most of you know, I mentioned it in many videos in the past, I was quite looking forward to this one mode in Fallout 76. Next week, though, I do have much higher expectations because that is a brand new mode and that's designed to change how the game works, and it's supposed to add to the title, and there are different ways the mechanics will work because of it. So I have higher expectations for that mode amongst anything else coming out in this Wild Appalachia content drop. And man, when I hopped in that stream, good vibes, optimism aplenty. You could not get enough of it. I was really looking forward to hopping in, doing a little PKing, seeing how natural the encounters were with another player. I mean, what doesn't sound too good about a 20% XP bonus, weekly legendary challenge rewards, so now you can unlock weapons through participating in the game on a weekly basis, which is exactly what we wanted, and also fewer restrictions on the PvP combat, so player encounters are now more tense. Do you trade with this person? Will they betray you? Can you team up and quest with them? Can you trust them? Or are they just going to outright shoot you? It wasn't going to drastically change the game, but it could have added a little more to it, some flavor, so to speak, that could make it exciting for long-term fans and those who were coming in down the line. Well, my experience was anything but pleasant, and if you watched my stream, you know the whole story, but allow me to break it down for everyone who did miss it. For starters, this new patch introduces a lot of technical issues. Now, when I played the game originally, its first 70 plus hours, in its worst technical form, I only had 2 crashes. In this 2-hour plus stream that I had for Fallout 76's latest patch, I crashed 3 separate times. It crashed. My fucking God, bro, are you kidding me? Dude, it's the second time. All right, done. I'm fucking done, bro. That's the 3rd time. I've had my fill. I've had my fill. It's been 2 hours, 18 minutes. I've had my fill. That's the 3rd crash. I tried to, take a reasonable approach here, which was infuriating at this point in the game's lifespan, and it had to be introduced through this latest patch. But that's stuff that I can usually eventually look past. The crashing is frustrating, especially in an online game where there are scoreboards that track how long you're alive for, and the longer you're alive for, then you get marked on the map and people can track you down and interact with you, whether they want to kill you or trade with you. It makes surviving a tense experience and adds a leaderboard mechanic. It can actually be pretty cool. But let's say I see that person I want to track down and I'm like, you know what? That person's number 2 on the list. If I take them down, I can move up the leaderboards a little bit. So I'm going to fast travel to this station and I'm going to take that ass out. What happens then? Well, I apologize in advance for my language, but you're going to see a live clip from my stream of exactly what happens when you try to fast travel to one of these stations. Fuck this. Fuck that. What the fuck is that? Are you serious? There's 3 people. Yo, I gotta see if that happens again. Yeah, f you. Let's go. I think I killed someone. I did. They got downed? So there's just 3 of them standing there where you respawn? Very obvious at face value, but let me explain what they're really doing. They know the respawn spot's right where my dead body is, right? So there's 3 of them, obviously in the same squad, because when I hit one and downed one, she went down, and that person just suffered the same fate as me. Because you can't kill all 3 of them at once, the game's imbalanced. What they're doing is watching a specific spawn point. So if I even down one of them, it doesn't matter because they use a stim pack and they revive them. Now, some folks may be like, Matty, I've never seen you get that upset over a game before. What's going on? It's because in the patch notes, it blatantly states that when you fast travel, there is a moment of invulnerability unless you engage in combat. And that very moment betrayed anything that I saw written on paper completely. It showed I was not even remotely close to invulnerable since I died before loading in. So I directly tested it with someone who I had a feeling would be griefing a certain fast travel point. See what happened. I'm sheathing my weapon because the rule says that if you have if you attack, the invulnerability period ends. We're gonna go right here to White Spring Station. I'm gonna show you what's been happening with that Fallout 76 PvP. All right, let's say I'm innocently traveling. I just want to go to my quest here. I could be wrong. I'd love to be wrong here. Here we go. No one. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're right there. I couldn't even fucking see you. Thank you very much. As I said, guys, just watching the spawn points. And part of it's on the player, right? Like, you fast travel in there. That's kind of on you. But that shouldn't be allowed. All right, here we go. Area's loading in. Oh, hold on. This guy walked away at the wrong time. Yo, we're out. We're replenishing. We're out. Let's go. Let's go. Fuck this clown. Yes. Yes. No honor for you. And you know what we're going to do? Bye. I can grief too. I can grief too. Thank you. This is the primary issue with Fallout 76's survival mode beta. On paper, this is a fantastic idea that can really add to the game, but griefers are flat out ruining it. I had a squad waiting for me upon a spawn point. Bethesda needs to adjust how this fast travel system works and the spawn points within it. Now, I have a couple of solutions that I'm going to calmly suggest to them. Number one, make multiple respawn points throughout the entire station so that there's not just one where a group can surround and take you down with ease. Number two, perhaps make the station itself a safe zone. Now, some may say, Matty, if you want a safe zone, go play adventure mode. I get that. But when players are exploiting these mechanics in this manner, where I am loading in, I can't even defend myself, the game hasn't even fully processed on my screen, and I'm on the ground dead, that is a issue that must be remedied because it's not on me. Now, there is one thing on me. I can see the red dots, the loot bags, and that's probably not a place you want to fast travel if you see a ton of them. But that doesn't mean you still can't be susceptible to griefing if you decide to just fast travel to a random station later on in the game and you're the first victim of said griefing. It is easily exploitable, and it makes all these points dangerous because you can only travel between Vault 76, your camp, and all these stations. So you have no choice but to go to one of the stations if you want to get around the map quickly. Furthermore, it becomes more frustrating because when you die, you not only lose your junk, which we're used to in Fallout 76, but you lose 8 items and a ton of caps, like 100 some odd caps, but you can gain them back if you kill someone, which encourages that PvP gameplay. Like I said, on paper, they have something great here, something that they can really build off of and make exciting for the game down the line. But right now, it's being dampened by folks who are just spawn camping you. I never thought I was going to get spawn camped in a Fallout game in my entire life, but here I am having it happen, and it is not pleasant whatsoever. Granted, I'm still a little bit salty for my stream. I'm not going to lie about that, but I think it's well justified with these gameplay examples I'm showcasing to you guys. Even if you like the mode, even if you're like, it's cool, or I like griefing, I think we can all admit this mode can be better. I think that Bethesda Game Studios could have done better than this, even in its beta form, because I know folks will lie down and say, well, it's the beta, Matty. Calm down. The beta means that there is work to be done. I'm going to be totally truthful. The beta has lost its meaning. Beta means nothing nowadays. It's a marketing sizzle word to offer an exclusive feeling to the consumer of, I am in the beta. It's not really always beta testing. It's an easy way to get it out early and put excuses in front of a product that didn't ship properly. And I'm sorry if that's disappointing to hear, and I'm sorry if I'm going a little too hard on what is a simple mode in a game, but I just sometimes hit a boiling point, and in this situation here, it has gone so south, it's unbelievable. Like I said, the fact that my game crashed 3 times, but also the griefing, those parts just really ruined it for me, because outside of it, when I made myself scarce, it was quite enjoyable. I was going from location to location, collecting my bonus XP, looting, doing quests, and I was always wondering, have I risen up the leaderboard enough? Are people going to start tracking me down? This is the type of gameplay experience that Fallout 76 can offer in its survival mode that I would argue is an enjoyable one, because I'm getting that bonus XP, it feels good, and also I like the stat tracking. I know some folks aren't about it, but I think that it's good because it does keep everyone engaged in what's happening in the lobby and around them. And if someone wants to chase me down across the map and fight me, by all means, that's fine, but when it comes to fast traveling, that neuters some of the experience. And let me get into why, because some folks will say, well, don't fast travel. But you can't fast travel to any other locations, and with questing, sometimes one objective will send you to the other end of the map, and to be honest, you don't want to walk there. Not because of laziness, but because, well, Fallout 76, if anything, has a really big map, and traversing it can take a very long time and can add to the quest time, and especially when you're getting a 20% XP bonus, you want to maximize that, man. So there needs to be a happy medium found here, whether it's multiple respawn points, maybe nerfing legendary weapons to the extent where don't allow people in this server to use the 2-shot weapons, because what happens is it doesn't become a battle. It's usually a 1-shot kill and you're dead. In fact, there were only a handful of times in my experience of, I'd say, 20 battles where I actually got to swing at someone and they shot back and I swung at them, and it was a little more intense. That's the type of combat I'm looking for. But this 1-shot kill dropping me stuff, granted, on level 66, I'd say that's serviceable. I'm not a super high level, but I'm not a super low level. I think I'm higher than most out there. But I also understand if folks are like, no, Matty, come on, we can't take away from the loot that we spent all this time getting. I want to use it in this mode. Right, exactly. I completely agree with that. I'm just offering a bunch of solutions, a bunch of ideas on how this mode can improve, because what's here right now is a great idea that's being sullied by a lack of foresight, really. Obviously, the players are always going to take advantage when there's a moment of grief. We're talking about the game that lets you level up into the many multi-hundreds by just disarming a unlimited grenade bouquet. Okay, so obviously if folks see a way, wow, I can kill someone right off the spawn and take all of their stuff, I don't blame them almost for doing it. But it's frustrating that Bethesda didn't think, oh, having this one spawn point will absolutely not go south. And also, for the record, if you are like me and you are a melee build for this mode, this is on me. I don't blame Bethesda for this in a sense, but you are probably in deep crap, because I personally have built entirely melee. I have 15 strength, 4 perception, so you already can tell what path I'm on. I do a ton of damage when I hit someone, but you can just tell the way the game's balanced that pretty much you're gonna get destroyed if you don't have a gun-focused sneak build, which that's fine. The game's online. It should have its own meta, but I'm just letting you know now, as someone who is a melee build, and I thought, oh man, I'm gonna just destroy people, and I got into PvP combat in the past earlier in the game's life, and I was fine, but when it comes to this stuff, man, and people are just camped out in stations and shooting you, yeah, you're not gonna stand much of a chance on sneaking up on them if you have a melee weapon. And I figured I'd just warn all my melee weapon builders out there. Maybe Bethesda considers having people build new characters for the survival mode. I don't personally think that's a good route either, but suffice to say, there is some tweaking that clearly needs to be done here just to alter the experience. I think what's there on paper, once again, I've emphasized it multiple times because I don't want people to think I'm going in Mr. Negative, I hate everything about Fallout. I don't. But I think that they have a good idea here that needs some shaping. And I would have rather wait for this idea to come out and have them shape it properly than release it in beta, because they have no problem delaying the DLC. We saw this happen with the first quest. They delayed it, granted a single day, but it came out, everything worked fine, it was all good to go, and it wasn't a big deal. If this mode was going to have this type of issue here, I would have rather them wait to release it like they've done in the past and they've shown they're capable of doing, fix those things, and release the best possible product, and then we can build from there. I kind of get tired of this whole thing with Fallout 76 of releasing the worst possible thing and then having to wait for it to get better. A lot of folks want to get involved now. A lot of folks are ready to give the game a chance. It's been long enough, but Bethesda themselves are not showing that they are going to put a product out there that folks should be excited about, and eventually they're going to lose everybody, and I mean everybody's attention. So I'm just trying to think of how they can all benefit from it and also how we can benefit from it. Those are just my very brutally honest thoughts. I understand this is a bit more visceral, a bit more emotional of a rant, but I'm just really disappointed, man. And I guess part of it comes from the fact that a lot of these game series that I really like are either dead or doing silly things. When you look at Fallout, KOTOR, Sly Cooper, I mean, just the whole list is there, man. Like, they're either non-existent or just doing something silly. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and that adds to a bit of the frustration, but I'm able to disassociate that and understand that what I played was also just super annoying in its own right. Anyway, those are all my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed. I apologize for being a bit ranty this video. I understand it's not like me. I usually go off a script. Not this time, ladies and gentlemen. So, looking forward to seeing your thoughts. Be sure to fire away in the comments down below. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that, as it fuels all the content I create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.